Well, hello there. Welcome to another RSG special stream. I'm Ranger J 1999. Oh, my camera's a little off. And welcome to a special stream edition. It's Thursday. We didn't get the updates, but boy, did we get some updates today. And we are streaming again to cover all the latest news and notes. CG ain't going to get away from us that easily. Never. But that being said, I stand before you a broken and sad clown. Because Revan's not coming. That's the big news of the day, among other things, which we will get into. But really today, the first thing we're going to do today, Dr. Finn is popping his Chimera cherry, and we are here to watch it live. We are with the wonders of modern technology. We can see Finn stream his. I think it's live. Finn, is your computer still working live? I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah. I'm moving things around.
No, I don't see anything happening. It looks like there's some lag. I don't know what's going on. Well, we're going to try to show Finn getting first.
No, it is lagging. Hold on. I know what you want.
Oh, Finn didn't pay his damn bill. You guys all complain about me. I'm fine. I'll be fine. Finn is failing you guys. So, I mean, this is what happens when you only pay for the minimum internet, and then you have mine where you have the maximum internet. That doesn't mean it still doesn't go out. So I think me and Finn are both in this boat. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Glad to have you here. Special stream. We're going to get to all the news and notes. Finn's going to do his thing. Dr. Finn, are you excited to get Chimera and Home 1 and all that other good stuff?
I am excited to get them onto 7-star, yes.
Yes, and you're very angry like I am today, but you're angry about different stuff, aren't you, Dr. Finn?
Yeah, they didn't introduce Porg into the game. What the hell?
That's not what we're talking about, Finn. You're a bad man. You're a very goddamn bad man. What's wrong with you? We talked about this. Stop bringing up that crap. Jesus.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Because you don't like Porgs?
Yeah, they should. They taste great, but they're less filling. So, I mean, I'm just saying. All right, looks like it's working now. Okay.
Should be working now.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay, yeah. It's moving around nicely. Yes, we're getting clarity. Okay. It's very nice, Finn. Good job, buddy. Also joining us tonight is our boy Grim. Grim, what's up, homie G?
How's it going, guys? Going pretty good. Eating some steak. Getting ready to kick back with you guys.
Yes,
Gonna be awesome.
I ordered a pizza and let me check on it. It is still in the boxing phase. I've been telling these guys for 25 minutes. Papa John's has been in the boxing phase of my pizza. I know for a fact that it should not take more than 25 minutes to put a pizza in a box and bring it to my house. This is bullshit. Papa John's, you're filming me epically. Damn it. So I'll keep you guys updated on the pizza. I haven't eaten all day. I worked, did my regular routine, but I haven't eaten. So if I stop in the middle of the stream and eat pizza, well, then you know what's going on. I love those little peppers they put in that box too. God, they're so good. I eat those just in my salads and then I go out and eat sometimes. Those things are just dynamite. But we're going to get to all the latest news and notes. Who else is with the Sith Lord's here? But I think he's just listening, or is he actually being a participant tonight?
I think he's just listening.
He's just listening. Okay. But if you guys would
no, he's here.
Oh my god, Sith Lord. Sith
hello
Lord, buddy.
there.
Oh, Lord. Are you there with us, buddy?
How about now?
How about now, Finn?
How about now?
How about now, Grill?
How about now?
How about now? All right. So I don't have my phone in it. Do we want to do shout-outs, Finn, or we just want to kind of just hang out and just do this?
We'll just do this here.
Yeah,
this is more of a fun stream.
Yeah, it's more of a fun stream.
One.
Hang out, watch Finn do his thing. You can see here from the planet here.
We'll try and get questions. We're not going to be collecting them as normal, but we'll try and get questions as they come along.
This is more
we have a few things we'll discuss today.
So. Hear us whine and complain, and
we will go through the content update.
We are going to go definitely through the content update. But no Grande, no Tits, no Loki. They are doing fantasy stuff. They may come. You never know. They may pop in. But we're just here to hang out, and we really want to get into these updates because it was some big news today, and we really want to cover with you guys. So, let's see here. All right, so Skype's being stupid. You can guys see I'm vaping. Trying to dip less on the stream. A lot of people like the fact that I'm an ex-Army Ranger that chews tobacco and just a bad mofo, but some people don't like it. So I'm trying to cut back on it. I'm not saying I won't dip on stream, Finn, but I'm trying to cut back for the fans, right? And Tits wants me to be healthier, and that's science. She's a nurse.
and
so,
she's scary.
And she's very scary. Yes. She thrashed me and Finn yesterday. It was very. I don't want to talk about it, Finn. It was very.
I don't
she
need
didn't
it.
do that. No, Finn's a sweet. Tits is a sweetheart. So Finn.
Until you cross her.
Yeah, God help you. I ain't helping you. Finn, you mess up with Tits, I ain't help you, man. I'm gonna just like push you back into the fray. Like, no, you take your ass beating like a man.
Yes, and likewise to you. Except I'm not sure you want my help anyway. So.
No. Yeah, Finn will just be doing his little roundhouse slappies that will do no.
Yes.
They'll have no real damage
They're
effects.
called whirlwind slappies.
Right. Yeah, So, but so we're gonna do Finn's home one, and then we're gonna go for the Chimera event. I will commentate. We'll have fun doing that, and then we're gonna break down the news and notes, and then. Yeah, so if you like what you're seeing, guys, support us. We're really growing. The subscriber count's going up. Subscribe so you can get the latest update and content. We got the new store. We got the new podcast stuff going. We got all kinds of stuff Finn's going to have finally, hopefully tomorrow. Finn, please, God, Jesus, and sweet baby Jesus, tell me that the new player content will be coming up.
My work emergencies have subsided, so
Word.
Tomorrow is going to be like a full day of working on it. It is 5 hours of video, so I don't know if I'll get it done tomorrow, but I should get a massive chunk done tomorrow, and then hoping by the end of the weekend. I would like
everybody to hold Finn's feet to the fire. Just keep asking him, how about now? So just send lots of messages to Finn on Discord. Also tonight, guys, we're going to stream this first. This is before the Nerf Herder stream tonight. We've got it linked down below. So for all you Nerf Herder fans out there, if you've never checked out their channel, T-Money, my protege, one of Money, another lady of the dark side. I'm very proud of that. And her crew of good old Maurice and Darth Bob and Teals do their stream, and you guys can check that out afterwards. The link will be down below. They stream at 10:30 Eastern. So that'll be good fun. So let's knock out Finn's event, and we will then take it from there, and then we'll get into the notes because there's quite a lot to cover tonight. So let's rock and roll, Finn. Let's do this.
All right, let's go to home one.
All
right. Should I try some different ships?
No.
What do you want me to
win?
Use?
We want to win. We're not dicking around. All right, so we want to use.
I'll just go with the ones that they put in. Let's see how it goes.
What are you talking about? Well, they probably put Wedge in. Take that bitch out.
Oh, let me see. Is this? No, they put in Biggs.
They did put in Biggs. Well, you don't have. So
Wedge is the first.
You got one target locker, 2 target lockers. Is that Rex? No, is that Rex or Clone Sergeant?
I think that's Rex. Yeah.
Rex in effect.
Is it blue?
All I want to do is do my zoom, and a boom, boom.
Yeah, the one with blue paint on it is Rex's.
Yeah.
The brown one down here is Clone Sergeant.
No, that's right. Say, I'm gonna go in there and get this. Say, nah. I hope you have you have the credits to get this. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna go in, Finn. We're gonna go in full throttle. Kill all these turds. All right, let's do this, Finn.
I hope you did.
Bella might kill me. I'm
T-Money
gonna
just
go on
donated
$5
Canadian. Hey, how about that, eh? That's like what, 10 cents US, Finn? We haven't got the exact exchange.
She wrote, "How much do I have to donate for a picture of tits on her roller skates?"
You gotta talk
we
to
will
Tits
ask
about
Tits
that. I mean, I'm not getting in trouble
We will
with
ask
T-Money. How dare you?
She's getting ready to do some pictures and stuff for us.
Yeah, she's gonna model some of the stuff for us and stuff, and she's
okay. You ready for this auto battle?
Auto battle? You fight that like a man, Finn.
No, I am doing auto battle. I think Bella's gonna kill me afterwards.
No,
Bella's gonna find me and choke me.
She'll be like, "Whoa, Finn, you did not do it. You did not do it properly." And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, get his monkey ass."
I don't even know what they're doing half the
time.
All right, I'll do the next one. Okay. Let's see. We have Vader.
You guys wonder why we don't have nice things. All right, here goes Finn. He's gonna go after the TIE Fighter. Why are you going after him first? No, wrong. What are you doing? Finn, kill the other.
I don't want to go after the Imperial. Well, I guess there's no
kill the one in the
ship,
back. He'll do all his things. I kill him. Leave Vader alone. He's just sitting there breathing heavy.
There's no capital ship, I guess, so it really doesn't matter.
But what are you doing? No, wrong, Finn. Definitely wrong. You're totally.
What do you want me to kill? Gauntlet?
Yes.
Why?
I don't care. Just lose.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just lose.
So weak.
Yeah, just lose.
I want to leave Gar Saxon in tribute of Urban Blaster.
Yeah, go for it.
What's up, Loki?
What's up, man? You guys on the call already or no?
Yeah, we're already doing the
Yeah,
stream.
we're streaming.
You know me, man. I'm driving home.
Word. Watching Finn in this terrible example of what not to do for the game, and it's lagging.
Well, because I don't use half these ships.
Finn's
I
internet
don't use
connection
these
is
ships on my-
bullshit. Finn, your internet connection is bullshit, Holdo.
Yeah, it's not my internet. It's the lonely
No,
screen.
I think it's your internet.
Okay, should be better now.
Oh, $2 from Biamatsu. He says, how do I donate to get a picture of tits?
Oh my god, so creepy.
That is a little creepy, Biamatsu. I can't really maybe just ask her for one, but then that's super duper creepy. I don't know. You'll just have to wait till she does some pictures and models.
It's going though, right, Ranger? You can see everything now.
We see now. Yeah, it's good. No, she's gonna do some pics of. I think she's gonna do the hoodies and stuff. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
Okay.
all she's doing, guys. Get your minds out of the gutter. Very protective tits. I will punch you all in the dicks. All right. So Finn's doing good. Say, yeah, okay. He's used his main ability. See, there he goes. Nah. Target lock on everybody. Say, nah. I'm glad you used that ability when you have your shift stealth. Oh wait, you didn't.
Yeah, I know. I don't really care.
You know, we like to actually have the fans learn something from doing the correct thing.
Oh, don't learn anything about me actually doing ships with ships I don't use. That's a really bad idea.
Yeah. So don't. I mean, we're doing this for fun, but if you wanted to learn something educational, watch the other videos we have. This is pretty. I hope you lose, just so you learn a valuable lesson, Finn.
I told Teals, like, I have all the ships and stuff, and I can get fine in arena, but it's I told Teals my strategy is very simple. It's target lock and pew pew things. That's it.
Target lock and pew pew things.
Yep, I am target locking
Boys and
everything.
girls,
and
that's
now
called
just
science. Target lock and pew pew things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bimatsu now he donated another $2, and he said, "Okay, then how about a pick of Team Money? See, you might have better luck there because Team Money, when she gets drunk, the world's your oyster, buddy. Now you're gonna get cussed out a lot. That's what she does, and she's gonna cuss at you in Canadian. But if you can handle that, maybe you can get lucky. I never got the pick she promised me when she was drunk last time. So if I ain't getting nothing, then you ain't getting nothing. Sorry, buddy." Alright, Finn's actually winning. Oh, Lord, Boba Fett's looks like... Oh, we got a reinforcement. Oh, no.
I know you don't like Gauntlet, so let me take out Gauntlet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any missiles? Fire! How many people we got watching us right now? Damn. 90 people? Jeez.
Like I said, you guys are famous.
I know. And hopefully we can transfer all these guys to the Nerf Herder stream afterwards. Team Money, if we get all these people there, you got to be very extra saucy tonight. And yes, I am drinking. I'm drinking whiskey and Coke. I've been very good fasting and dieting and working out and breakfast cereals and oranges and orangutan fins. It's been crazy. The nectar of the gods. Team Money, you sure have been ready for the damn stream, young lady. I might come on there just to mess with you, Team Money. I haven't been on their stream for a while, but I guess they don't like us, Finn. They don't want the RSG guys hanging out with them.
We're too controversial.
I know, we're very controversial. Somebody get Bimatsu a damn picture. He's a very good guy. He just likes seeing beautiful women, and I don't blame him.
All right, let's see if this can end it here.
Do it.
Pew.
Pew, pew.
Yay!
He's going for the big hit. Target lock on. Oh, he's done it. Folks, he's done it. He's phase 1 of our mission to get Finn Chimera has been accomplished. Let's do this. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. So lovely. It's a great day for Canada, and therefore the world. And now Finn will rub the butterscotch pudding on his arms, and he will level.
Now,
as a tradition.
If only the
as
tier
tradition.
5 version was as easy
tradition,
as
now that
the
Finn has
7.
gotten 7-star Akbar, he will now do the jiggy. and then scrape the butterscotch pudding off of his arms. There's a free Zeta for you, buddy. All right, Finn. It's game face time. We're going in, Finn. We got to do this. Represent.
Do you want me to try with the bug?
Try with the bug.
Yeah. So supposedly there's a bug where you can do it with Phantom Ghost, and you can use just a single rebel.
How about we just try to do it the right way, Finn? Because we're supposed to be like outstanding, upholding, people.
Fine. I'll do it the right way. Let me just see if I can enter the battle.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's check out the bug anyway. Yeah.
No, it's not letting me start with just 3.
Oh,
so it looks like they fixed that bug.
Well, no fun for you, Finn. Good. This is what happens. You love porgs.
All right.
I would put both your humans. Oh Lord.
I don't care. All right.
Team Money, I'm reading everything in chat. What do you mean we're going to miss your joke?
I am definitely not reading chat, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I always read chat because it's hilarious.
The porg stuff last night, guys, was outrageous. God, I almost died. It was outrageous. Oh, my God.
I actually
The
broke
porg
my desk
identity.
chair.
Jesus Christ. I was just losing it.
Yeah.
I was
The
laughing
Big
so hard.
Porkowski, I think that was
The Big
Grins. That one got
Porkowski.
me.
God, that was so good. Porg fiction. I can just see 2 pork shots like John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson.
Or- Fear and porging in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. That was good, guys.
I laughed so hard that it broke
You
the
don't
foot
read
off
what
my
your
desk
supporters are
chair.
saying? Yes, we do, Jesse. We do. Oh, we have Finn. Yeah, well, Finn's a little busy right now. He's trying to play the game, so give him a little slack there. Give him a little slack, Jesse. Give him a little slack. He's trying to play the game and concentrate here so he doesn't look too stuck. Fatality, you knucklehead.
What did he say?
He said, I effed up though. I took all my mods off now. No credits to put them back on my arena team. I'm going to drop to Elton overnight.
Oh my God.
Team Money. Grim, tell them that they swear too much and talk about their genitalia ad nauseum. It's too distracting for me on the stream. T, you're a very, very bad liar. See, that's Canadian honesty right there for you, folks.
All right.
Come on.
Just kind of rolling along
Come
here.
on, Finn. Come on, buddy.
You
My
can't do
ships
it.
are all pretty much maxed out. Not my characters, but my ships are. So I didn't suspect that this would be terrible.
No, you're
So-
fine.
Finn, what fleet do you normally run in Arena?
So I run Chimera with a big lead, Vader, First Order TIE Pilot, Imperial TIE, Umbaran with a Scimitar, Boba, and Cassian.
Hey, listen now. You guys
That's
got
a
that
selection.
pork crap. I'm not gonna reach out if you guys put the pork stuff in there. I had enough gut stitching pain last night. Thank you. Oh, shit. Porgy and the Beast. Tale as old as time. Oh, Finn's done it. He's done it, folks. He's done it. We have victory. He's winning. He's totally winning. Okay, there it is. 100 shards. Oh my God. 50 crystals. 1 million credits. Oh my God. Finn's done it. He can now level not only his Chimera, but he can also do his Thrawn ship or his home one ship. Let's do this. All right, Finn. You can go back in and get those 15 extra shards. I think for home one.
Yeah, well, I don't want to refresh it. I just did home one to get him 7-star, remember?
No, it's a free one, I think, right? So you can do it again and get 15 free shards. Check it.
No. The first one was free. That's the one I did in order to
Check the
get
second
him
time. You
7.
should be able to do 15 more shards that you can just turn in. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No.
check it out. Go back into the event. I may be wrong on this. Oh, no. Because you haven't beaten it before. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought maybe you could get a little greedy. All right, let's see that. Let's see that beam footage, Finn. Let's level these bad boys. Chimera
All right.
first.
You're gonna make some music for it.
I'm blue. Da da dee da 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 dee.
Here we go.
Yay! Finn is a winner.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Finnadoodle.
Yay! And the Zeta. I have to go get my Zeta.
You have to get your Zeta. I gotta pour some more whiskey.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. It's a great day for Canada and for the world. Let's check on the pizza. Where are we at?
Are they still boxing?
It is still boxing. What in the name of Mary and Joseph is going on, Papa John's? 40 minutes to box a pizza?
Maybe they're out of boxes.
Well, I mean, don't take my money. I even threw a tip in there, buttholes.
How late are they?
Well, they said it was going to be an hour and a half for the pizza to get here and stuff, but that was an hour and 20 minutes ago, and it's still boxing. It's not even on its way yet. So
it sounds like maybe they just didn't update it. I'm expecting you to get your pizza in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. If it doesn't, then I'm going to punch you in your ear.
All right. So we got Home 1 done. We got Thrawn. I'm almost at 7.
Hey, we're over 100 people watching this now. Word.
Nice.
Oh, don't you worry, Jesse. I have more alcohol ready for Saturday's stream. Don't you worry, buddy. Don't you worry, buddy. I'm going full bourbon on Saturday's stream.
All right. So I am almost at 2.76. Wonder if there's something I can upgrade this to get
Saber
that.
Shark, a.k.a. The artist formerly known as Cyber Shark. If I could get you here, I would. I'm not the biggest fan of Chicago pizza, though. It's just too bready and thick for me. That's what she said.
I loved it.
It's funny. Okay, she didn't say that. Okay, let me change windows here. Because congrats to you, Dr. Finn. I'm very proud of you. The little Finn's growing up in front of us. I'm so happy. Let's talk about. Let me see if I can. Where's the window capture? There it is. Let's bring the window capture right there, and the stupid thing resized. Okay, if I can get it and put there. There we go. I've got the update here, Finn. So shall we go through this update? Before we go through the update, let's talk about Revan. Yeah. Not gonna lie, a little verklempt about this, Finn. A little verklempt. Before I share my thoughts, Grim, Sith Lord, we'll start with you, Grim. We're not getting Revan. Where are you at on this? Grim?
Grim said he would be right back. So
okay, thanks for letting me know, Finn. You're a bad man, Finn.
I just saw chat. I was doing gameplay.
Oh yeah. The old gameplay excuse, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. And I did my
Galactic Sith Lord there?
How about now?
How about now? Speak up a little bit, Sith. I can barely hear you.
It's a national tragedy.
It is. I blame the system for this nonsense. Speak it, brother.
More Sith. Like a local tragedy.
Shut up, Finn. You're on timeout. Sith, share your thoughts about this tragedy that is no Darth Revan and what it means for us as the community.
Well, what does it mean? It means that dark side will never be OP.
No, I'm afraid not.
And no cream in the jeans for me.
No money. Because if you think we're spending money on these new characters that you just introduced, no, it's not happening.
Boy,
hell no. Well, we'll get into those new characters. Not bad. I actually looked at the kits. Not bad. Loki, are you there still, buddy?
I'm here. I'm driving.
Well, I know you're driving.
Am I breaking up or am I good?
No, you're good. What is your thoughts on us not getting Revan? Let's get into this.
they're fucking with us. So I think he's obviously not coming with this update, and he might not be coming February, but he might be coming at a later date. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
How about what's up, man?
Yeah. So let's get into the nitty gritty of this. I mean, so this is 50%.
Grim is back, by the way.
Okay, Grim, your quick thoughts on the whole Darth Revan thing?
You mean other than I told you so?
Well, everybody say goodnight to Grim. You're a bad man, Grim. Go to hell. Just die. You and Finn are on timeout. Shut your pie holes.
Nah, I really would have loved to see Revan added to the game, but all the rumors for him were unsubstantiated. You know, they didn't have any proof to back him up.
This is where I get upset, right? Am I disappointed Revan's not coming yet? Or of course, he's my favorite character. You know, it's no big deal, really. I mean, honestly, it's not that big a deal, right? I mean, if he comes, great. If he doesn't, yeah. You know, we always joke around and stuff like that. But I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, would I love to see Revan? Yeah, absolutely. He's my favorite character. But it's, you know, they got a cadence and stuff. That's fine. What I have a problem with is that Cozy, and I don't know if it's brilliant or if it's just ignorant. She put out that tease, and you're like, I wonder what happened last February. Well, what did happen last February? And kind of hinted, with Darth Nihilus. That put us in a place where we're kind of like, oh, okay. So maybe I can believe this a lot more than I normally would. Now, partially it's us just, projecting what we want there. So I take 50%, of my own fault for thinking that it was going to be Revan. That's on me, because that's just my anticipation for the character. But the other thing is, for her to say that and kind of and put that thing like whistle innocently and stuff. I mean, if it's not Revan, then it's very misleading. And I mean, even if you were trolling Cozy, and I love you, Cozy. I mean, she's got a tough job, and I always say that about Cozy. She's got a difficult job. I mean, she's in the fire about everything. But if you're going to put something out like that and then hint at a certain thing, you know where that's going to lead. There was an intention behind that post, and you knew people like me and everybody under the sun was speculating about Revan, that it was going to be Revan. We had speculations on Reddit and people talking about it. It was going to be Revan based off the information we were getting. So it's just disappointing, guys. This is the thing of CG. I'm disappointed that, you kind of got our hopes up a little bit thinking that it was going to be Revan. And then we get this. And some of the stuff that you guys put out today is fantastic. We're going to get into this. I give you guys a lot of kudos for the stuff that you put out. But the whole mind trick thing, I don't believe in anything about Revan until it actually gets announced in the forums anymore. And if you guys put something out hinting at that, I'm going to be the first one in the forums to go after you, because I'm like, no, not this nonsense again. Knock it off. If you're, if you want to tease and stuff, great. But these other posts, just don't say anything, or address it. And I think you had a problem with how it was addressed, right, Finn? That this is your big beat. Mine is just that, those kind of things that was kind of leaked as a possibility. Again, partially me wanting Revan, but you had a beef with this, so I want to give you your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, the whole speculation with Revan was on the player side, right? There was a rumor that was spreading around.
We are.
Yeah. We kind of said it from the beginning, right? There was a rumor that spread a while ago, said about Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper. We came on here and said, yeah, it's probably not going to be true, but it's something that if you are a free-to-play player, you're always looking for some hint, some rumor in order to get an idea. If you're going to follow that rumor, then it's up to you to make sure that at least what you are doing for that rumor is worthwhile. So if you're farming Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin in this case, then you want to make sure that you're at least you can make use of those characters somewhere. Because if it's not true, which was at least before yesterday, we would have said it's still not a high likelihood that it was going to be Revan. You want to make sure that you don't feel like you had wasted your time farming it, which was one of the biggest issues with the veterans, because they just felt like bad characters. Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin are good characters, so if you are farming them, I don't think you really have anything to be feel bad about, unless you went kind of overboard on a rumor and spent crystals and stuff, which is kind of a different situation. But
sorry.
So the rumor part, I didn't really have too big of an issue with. It ended up on our part. Now, the post by Cozy yesterday, at least for me, kind of went from like a 10% chance not even, but let's just say 10% chance that Revan was going to come in the game.
Yeah, we and you were still. I mean, we both of us were like, "Nah, it ain't Revan," because we had heard all the rumors and stuff, and I was still joking, but I'm like, "Nah, it's not Revan." But then that happened, and then it got me super excited. We're like, shoot this up to 50%, maybe.
Yep, I went up to like 50% because of the post by Cozy. And if she was doing it to kind of troll people on the forums, I have really no issue with it, to be honest. She didn't say anything that was necessarily wrong. May have felt misleading to the people that were reading it, which is bound to happen when you're kind of just when you're trying to put out hints. Obviously, things can get misconstrued. So I'm not necessarily putting it on her fully. It's easy to get misled when you're trying to read and you have your hopes, even though it might be kind of one of those low chances. Real quick
before you get to your issue, do you think that there's still a possibility that maybe February? I mean, yeah, we got the stuff that came out, but that doesn't mean that what she said is not accurate, though. So maybe my disappointment may be misplaced. You know, maybe something later in February. Well, there's other things
that happened in February. So I'll go into that because I was looking at that earlier. There is something that may still have a little bit of hope for Revan. I'll explain that here in a second. But there is a chance that Revan is still possibly coming in the game.
I mean,
but I would not put a lot of stock into it. This is kind of a little bit of a conspiracy theory, looking for kind of the pearl and all of the little oysters that are hanging around type of thing. But
get into your issue, because I think it was a valid issue.
The issue I had is after the posts were done by Cozy, it was obvious that everyone thought it was going to be Revan. It was just all over the place. It was on the forum. We were talking about it on our stream.
Everybody was talking about it.
And not to mention that even the Game Changers had made videos discussing Revan and whatnot. So they knew that Revan was a high topic. After our stream ended last night, sometime in the night, Arnold put out a video that included a statement from the Game Changing, or I guess the EA group that gives the information to the Game Changers, I believe, and essentially put out a statement that basically said, if you want to say anything about Revan, here is a statement. And the statement essentially said that you guys, we're going to be going to the EA office in February, and it will not, and there's major game update, and it will not be Revan. So what I was a little disappointed in was the fact that they are using the Game Changers in order to deliver the bad news.
Yeah.
It was a problem that was created by Cozy, intentionally or unintentionally.
Arnold for doing that. I mean, kudos to him. I mean, that's why he's such a good guy.
Yes. And it was a problem, whether intentionally or unintentionally, was created by the post that Cozy put. It was a hint that went out of control. If they didn't put a stop to the rumors, then it would have gotten to the point where if Revan did not come in February, there would have probably been like a riot at that point. Mm-hmm. So I understand. I understand the need for them to have said Revan is not going to be in the next major game update. I'm fine with that. I wish it was them saying it and not trying to put the Game Changers as the messengers of bad news.
I don't like
when
that.
It was not a problem that was created by the Game Changers, right? This was a problem created on the forums because of a hint that went awry. And
that was the problem I had too.
Yeah, like Arnold got put in the middle of it. Now, I think most people that watch his videos can just tell, like, he's a guy that has fun with the game.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's not really trying to do anything. He seems like a pretty nice guy. I can't say I talked to him minimally, so I can't go too much into the character part, but he seems like a nice guy. Yeah. He has fun with the game. So you can't really get mad at the messenger in this case. I don't think people would have gotten mad at CG in this case either. If they had just posted, if Cozy had just put another hint, right?
Accountability.
She could have just posted another hint that said, is Revan coming, and put an animated GIF, like she likes to put, GIF or GIF, however you want to pronounce it.
Put a baby ranger on there getting hit in the head by Revan. I mean, do something.
Yes. Or you could just put a simple one. I posted one in a different chat earlier. Just put one of a guy shaking his head no, and then say, but is this something really cool that might be just as good? And have one that says yes. Like, it's not very hard. She uses all of these different animated pictures on the forums. You could have easily responded to that without like a long, lengthy statement. You could have just put out another hint. So I was just disappointed in the way that they handled it afterwards, by just not taking it upon themselves to say it is not going to be Revan. Right? They put out the statement for somebody else in order to interpret it from them, and that was the part that I didn't like. I don't like the fact that the game changers are being put in the middle of all of these things. Like we expect them to put out content. They get this stuff ahead of time. We trust their judgment, right? They tell us about different characters, all these different kind of things. But when it comes to damage control, that shouldn't be their job. And that's what happened before with the whole, if you remember, if you played for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about with regards to the 3-star versus 7-star Rolo node and buying those packs in order to get CHS. And then he was needed a 7-star for the phase 3 special mission and all that kind of stuff, right? So that put the game changers in a bad position. And at that point, at least, they came out and did the damage control themselves. They said it was on us. Then now we're going to put the beta test thing that comes on there, which we kind of laugh at, but they put that thing there. But what they should have just done is just put out another hint, because they knew that the Revan rumors were firing up because of the player base, because of a innocuous post by Cozy Spoon on a thread where everybody was talking about Revan. So whether unintentionally or not, they should have just come out with their own hint that said it wasn't going to be Revan and going to be something else, and not put the game changers
do a picture of Revan standing in front of the Arc de Triomphe. Sorry guys, I'm not going to be in the game this year. I'm busy on my European tour. You know.
I mean, you know, there's onus on us as the fan base. We want Revan, and so but they kind of played us a little bit, and that was the thing that just bothered me. It's not that big a deal, honestly. And that's why I'm not ranting on it and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. We kind of made it up more than we wanted it to be, you know, with everything that's happened and stuff. So it is what it is. So
yeah, I think ultimately, in the scheme of things, this was kind of a minor issue. So I mean, the whole Revan thing, the player base the player base wants Revan.
I mean, I give Cozy credit because she's being a little cheeky with us and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But
then
after after you do something like that, just like, you know, just give us a little elbow, like, haha, got you. I love we play jokes on each other all the time and in front of each other. So, you know, it's not.
You just have to. If something goes awry, if things don't go the way it needs to, you just have to put out something else that says it. I hope for future things, if something bad like this happens again, I don't mind. I know some people have issues with it. Maybe it's because I kind of just
I had a little bit of an
general
issue with that, you know, just because it was a little bit misleading. But
so I don't think that was her intention. That's why I'm saying more.
I think Cozy, what gets her in trouble sometimes with us is that she's Cozy, and I've never met her. I mean, she's
welcome on anytime, by the way.
Yeah, she always is. She seems like a loving lady. I think she does stuff to be a little, you know, have fun with the community, but I think it goes a little awry sometimes. Again, your job sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah. Being the community manager, you know, with Star Wars fans is like, you're just asking for pain. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. If I was the community manager, you guys would be in big trouble, because I'd be just like, oh, hell no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't say that. You know, you have to have thick skin. So, well, let's be a little bit wiser, guys. Don't get Rangers' hopes up. I mean, I got a little hopes up. I got a live fan. A little P came out. A little P. You know, just thinking about Revan.
Okay, so should I get your hopes up again?
No, why would you do that? What are you just?
Well, because you asked me before I went into the issue, do you think Revan can still come?
You already said with
and
everything else that with Arnold's announcement that there's not going to be Revan and stuff. So I mean,
there's something about the statement that came into Arnold's that. So again, this is a little bit more trying to. This is me trying to find a reasoning for Revan more than it actually being Revan, right? So if you read that statement that was put out or that was written that they were supposed to say. Is that the Game Changers are going to EA to learn about a major update, and that update is not going to be Revan, right? That's essentially what the statement says. I don't remember verbatim, but it's fairly close to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you actually read it, what it doesn't mention is if something is released before the Game Changers go to EA. I'm just saying, it doesn't say... that statement that was given does not include the time period before the Game Changers head over to the EA office. So if Revan is released, let's say tomorrow, then technically that statement would have been true. I'm just saying. Again, I'm fairly sure
my
Revan
pizza's
is not
here.
coming
It
this
came.
month.
It came. I'm gonna go get some pizza. You guys keep talking and stuff, and then we'll rock and roll. We get some pizza, and then we'll start. So I'm starving. So.
And here's the thing: I'll put out
I'll
a challenge for that. If they do bring out Revan tomorrow, I will eat my shorts on stream.
It's not going to be Revan. Chances are it's not going to be Revan that is either it's not going to be Revan next time or next month. It's not going to be Revan the rest of this month. So at this point, it's really not worth talking about. This is just if you really want to try and read between the lines, then you can read that statement and you'll see that there is the potential for it to come. But there was an update that gave us a lot more information. So I think Ranger will be back here in a second, so we'll go through that. But just to kind of give you guys a summary, we have 2 new characters that were introduced today. We have Holdo and we have Rose Tico. We'll go through the kit. What I will say is I'm disappointed. I know Grim, I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me here. And Sith Lord, I think you'll agree with me too. Why do we need more light side characters? I am sick of light side characters. And you know what's going to happen as a result of this is that this is happening before light side territory battle starts. So Holdo and Rose are going to end up in platoons. I'm going to call it right now. Rose and Holdo will be in platoons.
All right, I'm back.
Grim, you're
more than likely. Yeah, I think you're right about that, Finn. We'll probably end up seeing Holdo and Rose in platoons, which is really gonna suck for people like me that can't afford to fork over the cash to get them to 7 stars, which in turn ends up really hurting our guild. But
all right, I'm eating Finn. I've got the thing up. Do you want to read the notes while I eat?
Yeah. Well, before we get into them really quick, Sith Lord, do you have any thoughts? More light side characters. We have light side territory battle coming up. Thoughts about them potentially going into platoons?
Well, it's going to suck. How many stars did we get last time?
We got 41. No, we got, we got 40. But we should be able to get 42 next time, I think.
Really?
I think so. I think that's where we were at. I think we were at 40, and we were almost at 41, and we were getting close to 42.
Well, maybe these new characters can cause a star.
Yeah.
That's
Those
really
platoons
sad.
at the end, man, they're going to be nasty with this. All right.
Can I hate light side?
Mhm. Yes.
Don't mind.
There's
Ranger,
a
I'm
general
here eating.
hatred for light side.
how about
All
now?
right.
How about now?
So we'll read the content update first, Ranger. So if you want to scroll as I'm reading it, and then we'll go into each of the characters at the end. So we'll go into Vice Admiral Holdo, and we'll go into Rose Tico. That work?
Word.
All right. So starting off, hiya Holotable Heroes. Here are the game updates for January 25th, 2018. New characters. Hold on to what you love. Admiral Holdo and Rose
It's not
Tico
a port.
joined their... Yeah, I know. That's a whole different level of sadness for me. I don't know why you're rubbing it in. You had your issues with not having Revan. I had my issues with not having a porg. So we're both sad today. All right. Admiral Holdo and Rose Tico joined their fellow heroes on the Holo table. Amelin Holdo is a seasoned resistance tank with powerful ally support and enemy debuffs, while Rose Tico is a fierce attacker who can stun and grant her allies buffs. Both of these valiant heroes are ready to join your resistance squad and lead you to victory. For a sneak peek at their kits, so we'll go through the strategies here in a second and look at their abilities, but then moving on to the events. So we have the Spark of Resistance 1 event. Join forces with Resistance Fighter Rose Tico and battled the First Order in this new Marquee event. So it's going to be a Marquee event. It's going to begin on the 27th, so that's going to be in 2 days. Make
sure you're level 20 plus.
days. Yes, level requirement is 20 plus, and no required content needed for the event. Spark of Resistance 2, join forces with Amel and Holdo, and Battle First Order, marquee event, January 27th, level 20 plus. And again, no content for the event. So it'll probably be the NPC characters that they'll give you, the event characters. So you'll be able to play around with them, have an idea about Rose and Amel and Holdo. Shard Shuffle. So I think we'll probably pause here and talk about this once we complete this, because I think this was one of the really big things.
This is a big one.
So Wicket, Night Sisters, and the character release cadence. Starting today, the following character shards will be made available in shipments. Going forward, you'll see them in more traditional farmable locations. These characters will continue to appear as rewards in their respective recurring events. Wicket, Mother Talzin, Night Sister Zombie, Night Sister Spirit. After listening to feedback and collecting player data, it's clear that our efforts to make the distribution of these faction-defining characters special by having them farmable exclusively behind recurring events has caused confusion on how marquee characters are released. In the future, we will be working harder to preserve the integrity of the character release cadence by ensuring that characters released by marquee event cycles through the game in a more standardized fashion within clearly defined periods of time. Characters released via territory battles, legendary events, heroes' journeys, and other special occasions will continue to have a more unique and challenging farming schedule. Thank you all for helping us grow and improve the game. And to that, I say...
Yeah, good job, CJ.
Yes, bravo. Thank you. Thank you. I can
fantastic.
finally get Talzin up.
Well, then all he's looking at is Wicket.
No,
Well,
actually,
and
the one
Wicket.
I'm looking at is Night Sister Zombie. I'm so happy. So I'm really glad that they are listening to the feedback about these. I think the fact that you needed 2 years in order to get some of those characters because you're waiting for a monthly farm for 10 shards was kind of ridiculous. I'm glad that they're moving them. It looks like they are going to hit the cadence again, which was roughly about 2 weeks in each of the different areas. So they're going to be moved to shipments, which means probably it's going to be 2 weeks before they get moved into a free-to-play location. Assuming they keep that previous cadence, that doesn't mean that that's what they're using, but just kind of in a general sense, it would be a 2-week rotation before they move into a free-to-play location. But I'm glad that they're listening to the feedback. They're trying to standardize the release a little bit. To be honest, I don't necessarily mind if they don't have a standardized release, as long as the goal is still to get them released into free-to-play. I think we've all played long enough where we remember how long it took for characters that were useful to get out of a paywall. Like, for example, Ayla, Qui-Gon, Sunfek, Rex. Do you remember how long it took for them to become free-to-play?
I don't want to think about it.
I'm
we've been
probably
through
the
all
only
that.
one that thinks it's BS, but whatever, you know.
What? What is?
No, that they're doing this, that they're breaking the exclusivity of the character out of the event. And the reason I say this, it's not because I am pay to play. It's because, you know, I whaled out on Wicket and I barely got any of the event up, so I could collect the Zetas or the mods or whatever. So they didn't run the Wicket event enough, in my opinion, for the pay to plays, and I think that's bullshit. So, I think Mother Talzin ran more than Wicket, honestly. And that's totally cool, you know, because I get Zetas from that. But it kind of sucks. I wish they ran those events more so there's no 2-year wait for the free-to-play or for the casual player or whatever. So that's my 2 cents on it. So
what if, right now they've only been moved into shipments, right? They haven't been moved into any free-to-play accessible, like just with energy or anything like that, right? It's just in shipments. So what if they just kept them in shipments for a longer period of time? Let's say they keep it in shipments for like 2 months.
It's to me, shipments is free to play because everybody can get crystals daily. You just save your crystals and you put your free to play mentality on and you farm it every other day or whatever it is. It's not a big deal to me. what they said was there was going to be exclusive gear or exclusive content when you get into the bonus tier of Wicked's event. And I get it, it's only mods, right? But still, they only ran the event. I mean, they only ran it a handful of times, right? I think there's an achievement, at least for the Mother Talzin one, that says if you participate in the defense of Dathomir 10 times, you unlock the achievement. And I don't think they ran that event 10 times for anybody to activate that achievement. So I think that's kind of, yeah, it's kind of lame, you know, from a pay-to-play perspective.
Listen, Lucky, you quit your pay-to-play bitching. We all like to get the damn characters. Just because you win $9 million in Las Vegas doesn't mean we all do.
This
You're a bad man, Loki. You're a very bad man.
That's what I think, right there. Here it goes. Woo-hoo. Okay. So anyway, I'm back.
I would like you to restart and do the opposite.
I do tend to agree with you a little bit that I guess I still don't think of shipments as being necessarily free to play. It is easy. I mean, it's easier for them to get it, but it's still 80 crystals per shard, and you have to wait for the different shipments for it to even show up, right? So it is more accessible, but I still don't think it's like they're going to get 7 stars within a month. So it is easier. I don't. I can see your
I wish
point,
they ran the events more before they did this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And they should
the
have.
events I did was just bad in the first place.
I have no idea why they only run the event like once every month and a half or something. That's what it seems like, you know?
You know, if it made it more
Yeah,
often.
that's the thing I had a problem with, was the fact that they were running it so unoften. What they should have been doing is like, hey, we're going to run this every other week. There you go. Then everybody would have been happy with it.
Yeah, they run more territory war and territory battles than they do the actual events where we can all benefit from getting the shards, the bonus tier prizes, all that stuff. So it just, you know, that's what I'm upset about. I'm happy everybody's going to get access to it. Don't get me wrong. It's going to make the guild better as a whole. I mean, everybody's going to do better, right? In territory.
I don't know, Lucky. You sound
battle,
jaded.
but...
I'm just saying, Lucky. I think it's that
No,
Seattle
I mean,
weather
it's not the
or
first
California
time.
weather
I mean,
make you jaded.
No, I mean it's not the first time they're doing this, right? I mean, they did it with Nihilus. It's like 3 weeks later. Oh, bam! Nihilus is in the shard shop. It's like, damn, you know. So, anyway, that's my rant.
So let it be written. So let it be done. I mean, I think it's smart. I just didn't see the need to make these characters as long as they were behind this month and a half thing where they appeared and you got 10 shards and it was like, what? I thought the cadence I had before was fine. I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, but it just didn't make sense because I think we did the math. It'd be like 2 years before anybody got it free to play unless they actually spent money on the characters. I just think there's a more feasible way to invest a little money in the game. And I do think play-to-play should have an advantage. If you pay money, you should have an advantage in this game. Sorry, that's just my opinion.
I mean, I don't want an advantage. I mean, honestly, whatever. The advantage
not permanently, but temporarily, yeah, you should have an advantage for a few weeks or months. I want access to the exclusive
event. They promised me that I would have this access to whatever the special drops were in the Wicked event, and I probably only had it like 3 times, so it's not even worth it. Honestly, it should have been more than that. Is all I'm saying.
But you already have everything unlocked and done. Loki, you just be quiet. You're a bad man.
I mean, I can see if they... What if, I mean, at this point, they've changed the cadence, right? So, I don't know if these type of events will come up because this monthly event thing is kind of silly. And I think we can agree that the monthly event system is kind of silly. But if they made it, let's suppose, every other week, and maybe you alternated between Talzin and Wicked. Absolutely. And you just alternated it. So then you get about 2.5 events per month, right? So free-to-play are getting roughly, 25 on average shards for each of the characters per month. It's not going to be... It's still less, but it's much closer to the characters that you're farming a single hard node for. And so it's not unreasonable necessarily for a free-to-play to do it that way. And I think that would give somebody like Loki an advantage, right? They got the characters early. They would get 3 a month. Yeah. So, I mean, I can see his point, and especially with people that have already bought it and gotten stuff, and the events haven't come too long. They will come back. With just shipments, though, even though it's free-to-play accessible, it's still going to be a while for most free-to-play to get any of those characters.
You'll still be a badass for a good long while, Loki. Don't worry. And then if you get very unhappy, CG will send you 20,000 crystals in portions.
Oh yeah, like with Unmasked Kylo.
Mainly
I've been
portions.
buying the...
I'm thinking portions for Loki.
I've been buying the shards in the shipments.
Oh, I have been too.
Since they put them in shipments, and I still don't have them up to 5 stars. I'm about halfway to 5 stars.
I'm right there for Colorado to get 5 stars, and then I'll go. I'm going to do one more 16, and then I'll do another. And then I'll just go straight Cantina with him. Which leads us perfect segue into our next one, making an appearance.
Yeah. Kylo Ren Unmasked and his deadly TIE silencer have appeared on the holo table along with the fearsome First Order Special Forces TIE pilot and their TIE fighter. Hurry into the fray to add these dark side characters to your crew today. Cantina 3F, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and TIE are both going to be on the same node in Cantina. And then the Guild Store is now getting First Order Special Forces TIE pilot and First Order Special Forces TIE fighter.
Well done again, CG.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
The only little thing I would have said is if it would have been so much better if they just put Special Forces in like Galactic War Store instead of Guild Store.
Well, I mean,
it's a little bit of a thing, but we haven't had anything in those stores.
I know, but I got to sneak
Special Forces is not a game-changing
and them are
character.
all going to be popping up in the Guild Store and stuff like that.
I doubt it. So
Wicked.
Well, see, that's part of what I was saying is that Special Forces is such a non-game-changing character.
I wouldn't
he's just kind of
say that, but
he's okay. He's alright. You know what I'm saying?
He's there. He's not. I mean, his ship is okay. His character kit is okay. There's not enough First Order to really field a second team yet. I know they've introduced these 3, plus they introduced the First Order Executioner. So they're getting to the point where you can field kind of a second First Order team. But he's kind of the short end of the stick of the First Order. You could have stuck him in Galactic War, where you kind of have a lot more of those non-game-changing characters. Your Bodhi Rook, your Cad Bane. The characters that
we're pretty much grasping at straws on this one. I'm sorry. It's
well, the reason I'm saying that is because they will want to put. Remember the pie chart that we looked at?
Yes, Ben, I was there. I helped display it.
But I'm saying they haven't put anything in those stores.
You're on time off, Finn.
Well, Guild Store has a rotation on when you can even see some of these shards, right?
Well,
it's not 100% time you see it.
I'm not even full. I mean, I'm wellish.
Yeah.
You know. The other characters I'll be farming out of Guild Store because I've been doing Stark and Gear. Now I'll just put TIE Fighter pilot and shit in there. You know what I'm saying? So
right, but as soon as when these other characters that we mentioned, right, Talzin, Zombie, Spirit, and Wicked,
they're going to put them. I'm guarantee you, Finn. They're going to put some of those
crystals
and one in. They're going to put one in Arena. They'll put one in GW. They'll put one in.
I don't think so.
Well, you
especially
heard it here first.
Talzin and Zombie, I don't see going there.
Word.
I don't see Talzin and Zombie going there because they are way too useful to be allowed to be farmed so quickly.
Wicked,
I can potentially see their Spirit. I can
go into any of those stores.
Wicked and Spirit, maybe, probably not Wicked. I don't think Wicked because you can tie him with the Zeta event. So I don't think Wicked would be in one of those spots. Spirit, I can see being there. Spirit isn't being used quite as much as the other 2. So I can potentially see Spirit in one of those locations. I think Special Forces would have made a really good addition to one of those, and then you could have put like Wicked and Mother Talzin and Zombie in like a Cantina node, in a couple of hard nodes, in the Guild Store, stuff like that.
Hey, Ghost just donated $2. He said Loki for president. Are you making a bid for 2020, Loki?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, why would you want to go for that? You'll make less money.
Not if you're corrupt. Loki will make money no matter what he does. It's ridiculous. I hate you. Hi, I showed up to the store to buy groceries. You win money. Whee! All right.
What's this on the ground? Whoa, $100 bill?
What's this? What's this? What's? Packs resistance. I mean, this is $12.99 crystals for both. We've seen this before. I don't really want to get into that. Bundles, same thing. You get 25 of both the two new resistance characters. One-time purchase is basically helping you get from 3 to 4 star with the or something like that for the marquee event, right? Or get them to like 3 or just under 4s. You have to buy at least one $12.99 crystal pack. It's usually be 25 out of 30, and to get them the 4 star, you'll have to get a $12.99 pack, right? There's
only thing I'll be on the lookout for, just in case, the bundles tend to have ability mats. I don't know if they're changing anything. Just be on the lookout in case it keeps a Zeta in there. So that would be the only other thing in there. So that would be pretty cool. They did include a Zeta in the bundles.
Word. There's some bugs here for ships, guild events, language. If you Frechen Deutsch or La France. A little Spanish.
They fixed the territory war. That's the key thing, right? They fixed the defeated opponent count.
Fixed an issue where there was a typo in the details tab, and territory wars. A defeated opponents in territory war will now properly update.
Yay!
Yay! We know who's doing what now. And then, last but not least, if you want to read all the bugs and stuff, go ahead for it. So, what's ahead? The dark side of the Force is the pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
You know the dark side?
If it's not Palpatine, if it's not Palpatine or Vader rework, I will quit.
You want to kill me? Very much do. I know.
It's not going to be. What I'll say is I don't think Vader is being implied from this quote. Now it's possible Vader's still getting a rework with an overall Sith rework.
All right, context. I can't believe I'm having to say this, but if you haven't seen the movies, Revenge of the Sith, and the opera scene where Anakin's talking to,
Palpatine.
Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, who we all know is Sidious, but it's when he starts talking about Darth Plagueis, and then he's, is it possible to acquire this power? This is when this whole conversation comes forth.
Yeah, Finn and I went back and forth today in Discord with theories on who this might be talking about. It was awesome.
I mean, what do we think?
I think there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 that end up kind of being linked to this one, I think. One seems less than the other 2. So the least likely one, I think, and I think we're in agreement. You guys can discuss it at the end. The least likely is probably the introduction of Darth Plagueis. With
Darth
what they did
Plagueis
with
the Wise.
Yeah, I mean, if you construe Cozy's post with February and Nihilus and kind of bringing a Legends type character in, then it's possible this is going to Darth Plagueis. I think that is the least likely. However, if you go back to our Fulcrum Ahsoka one where we had 4 options and we thought that it was what's his name? We thought it was Thrawn. Who's the other Fulcrum? I forget his name. God damn it, I'm blanking on his name.
What are you talking about?
Callus?
Callus, yes.
Callus?
Remember when they had the Fulcrum symbol? We thought Fulcrum Ahsoka was the least likely, and it was otherwise going to be Callus or Thrawn, and it turned out to be Fulcrum Ahsoka.
It was going to be Ahsoka Tano, but the other possibility we did talk about was it could be Agent Callus because he was Fulcrum.
And she showed the red version of that. You remember? It was the red Fulcrum symbol, and But in any case, I'm guessing that the least likely is going to be Darth Plagueis. But it's possible with some of the hints that they've been dropping that could be it. The other 2 seem more likely. I think the most likely of the other 2 is going to be
Chancellor Palpatine, and all he does is goes, do it, and then Anakin attacks and gets bonuses.
Well, so that was okay. So that's I think the
people's
middle
heads
choice.
off.
I think the middle choice is a new Palpatine that would be like a Senator or Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Whole different kit.
If it was that.
Yeah.
It's treason then.
Yeah.
No, it's not, bitch. Go away. I don't want you.
A Sith with Galactic Republic synergy.
Yeah, that's stupid. Stop.
So that's one potential option. The other one, which is probably more likely, especially since it matches with some of the rumors going around, is that Emperor Palpatine is getting a rework with the Zeta. And there is a chance that then, related to that, because it's a Sith Empire type rework, Vader might get a rework as well, as has been going around by rumor. But my guess is that it's probably going to be an Emperor Palpatine Zeta. What do you think, Grim? I know we went back and forth on Discord, but
Yeah,
now that we're on the
I
stream,
think it's. I think we're the Zeta for Emperor Palpatine is probably the most logical decision for this one. I brought up an interesting thing because this phrase was mentioned right at when they start talking about, stopping people from dying. Maybe that
could
Zeta will
stop
be Emperor Palpatine adds death
from
immunity
dying?
for a turn or so.
Is
Instead
it
of taking
possible that
fatal
it's
damage,
power?
they're reduced to 1 hit point for Empire and Sith characters while Palpatine has that buff up.
Yep.
what do you think, Sith Lord?
What do I think? He needs some sort of protection and health regen because he's so squishy. Any countering teams kill him.
Yeah. Locomotive. Been very patient and quiet.
And some stacking offense because he deals a lot of damage.
I hope it's a Palpatine rework and not another Palpatine.
Yeah.
I also hope it's a Vader rework. I think if you want to go off the February thing, they introduced the 3 Sith in February, so hopefully maybe they introduce 3 dark side characters in February.
Maybe
on
it'll be
top of the rework.
Yes, we'll take Darth Skyne, Darth Treya, give us Malik, and then Revan. I'll be happy.
I was thinking more like Dr. Aphra BT1 000.
No.
Take all of my yes.
I wouldn't be too upset with that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, if it's a Palpatine rework, I mean, I hope they do him justice. If they give Vader a rework, that's how many reworks has Vader had already? Like 5?
Just one.
No, he's had quite a few because there were a lot of bugs with him.
And then they nerfed him.
Yeah.
More like one rework and 4 nerfs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a nerf is a rework to me. So he's had 5 reworks.
No, Loki, that's why it's called a nerf.
Well, they rework negatively, right? That's still a rework.
No, Loki, it's called a nerf.
Sure. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what they can do to Palpatine, honestly. I mean, I guess you can you make him tankier? I don't know. Can you give him 100% evasion like Hermit Yoda? Maybe.
That
would be cool.
If you're
he could stealth himself,
yeah. And if you're doing something with usually the way that they're building, they're looking at kind of the current meta and trying to see something to go against it. So I'm trying to think of something along the lines of what could stop a Jedi Rey, because she seems to be kind of the standing meta right now.
Well, it's
so
like,
what
it's
could
like
Palpatine
shock.
do?
I mean, anything Palpatine does, right? Like, so his shock and his basic does special damage to like everybody, right? So all they gotta do is make something like that, where the shock is irresistible and it always lands and maybe it locks for a turn, like Rey's healing immunity. So Rey's ability, they just recycled somebody else's ability and put a padlock on it. So why can't they take shock and make it better and make it sit on there for a couple turns, and then you can make it unavoidable so it goes through foresight. Is that does it sound OP? I mean,
not really.
What if it's something
I don't think so because Rey's gonna Rey's gonna take what, like 5 turns, before Palpatine goes. So
what if they do that? That he gets a new Zeta where basically his speed increases by 10 for every other Empire or Sith on your team. So essentially his base speed at maximum would be higher than R2. So then Emperor Palpatine would go first. Do you think that changes it if you just increase speed?
Well,
he needs turn meter gain, not speed, because BB-8's still going to go first. Because you run 3 droids on that team, they get 24% turn meter right off the bat. So if he needs a built-in maul, like Zeta lead, like he needs. And here's the thing, right? If you use him behind a maul lead, if they use him behind a maul lead, then it's even more turn meter gain, right? That he gets.
Word.
So he can always go first. I mean,
well, they could actually fix that pretty easily. Just rework his leadership to where if he's leader, any Empire or Sith guys that use any skills while he's active, he gains 20% turn meter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or if any time an opponent with shock gets damaged, he gains turn meter, right, or something like that. That would be.
Or anytime
cool.
he shows up, all the characters pee their pants.
It's a freaking Emperor, man! I mean, holy crap!
You know what I'm saying?
One of the guys in chat actually brought up something good. Maybe that also means we'll see Royal Guard get a rework along with the Zeta getting a
Royal Guard. So seriously,
Palpatine getting a Zeta.
I'd rather see them introduce the Praetorian Guards from The Last Jedi and let's rock and roll.
So I really want them to not only give the rework to Palpatine, but I also want them to do the whole Galactic Republic and Separatist pass. Like maybe this is the big event that the Game Changers are going for. Because every other game that's out right now, mobile game for Star Wars, they all had a Galactic Republic and Separatist pass, except this game right here.
Loki, your logic is sound, but you're making sense, so that's not going to work.
I know, right?
Yes. But
I mean, look at Force Arena, right? Force Arena today got the big Separatist and Galactic Republic pass, right? They got General Kenobi, they got Dooku, they got everybody in that game. So I don't see why this game can't do that. It looks like all the other games are doing it, so I don't see what the issue is.
Well, how about now?
Okay.
They need to give Vader a unique.
They need to make Vader just kick the snot out of people. I mean, that's what he
Vader
does.
needs to be meta. He should be meta.
Be disgusting.
Because, they the Star Wars guys, during Celebration, they went around doing a poll, asking people on the street, when I say Star Wars, who do you think of right away? It wasn't Luke, it wasn't Leia, it was Vader. Everybody was thinking Vader.
He needs to be able to beat CLS. That's the main thing.
Yes, and
whatever
off
his unique
hand
is, he needs to
and
be
maim
able
him
to beat CLS.
and throw shit at him. I mean, I'm just saying.
He needs AoE days, but Holdo just got AoE days.
Well, that's a perfect segue. Let's break down the characters. All right,
All
we're
right,
gonna give
so
these
let's start
guys a
with-
grade. You guys feel like giving these characters some grades? We got special guests. We'll do the RSG grades, and then we'll let our special guest give them a grade as well. So first one is unit name. It's Holdo. Lyman is light side, of course. Categories: she's a resistance and a tank, and it says seasons resistant tank with powerful ally support and enemy debuffs. So first ability, measured shot. All right. Deals physical damage to target enemy, and the least healthy of the resistance ally gains foresight for 2 turns. When this foresight expires, that ally recovers 10% health. Pretty nice. Not bad. Next is Bunker Buster. It's a 5 cooldown. I think her first one, this is basic. It's a 5 cooldown. It says deals special damage to all enemies and inflict daze for 2 turns. Inflict defensive down and evasion down on the primary target for 2 turns. So all enemies, they get daze, and then the one you do it in gets defensive down and evasion down. Special 2, reprieve. Dispel all debuffs on target ally. They recover 40% health and 20% protection. Unique, quiet confidence. Includes 1 Zeta upgrade. When another resistance ally loses foresight, a million? How do you say her first name?
Emmeline?
Holdo gains...
Emmeline or Amy Lynn, whichever.
Amy Lynn, I don't know how I say it. Gains taunt for 1 turn and recovers 10% health. Well, I'm just gonna say Holdo. While Holdo doesn't have taunt, she has 50 speed, and all other resistance allies have 20% critical avoidance. So she's a fast little tanky taunt. Zeta, when another resistance ally is foresight, she taunts for 1 turn and recovers 10% health. While Holdo doesn't have taunt, all other resistance allies have 20% critical avoidance. Okay. General strategy, synergy, and utilization. Come on, girl. Yeah, you got to get back up. You got to Holdo. Yeah, you got to. I don't even know what the hell they're saying there. Okay, I'm skipping that part. In PvE, when it comes to PvE, Holdo shines in territory battles and territory wars. Her basic measured shot helps protect the team by providing allies foresight and health recovery. It also interacts well with her unique quiet confidence ability to sustain her taunt. Under Rey, Jedi training, of course, Bunker Buster inflicts AoE damage in days, which helps you lock down the enemy team. Reprieve serves as a great dispel and heal on a relatively low cooldown, which is clutch against as resistance lacks healers. Quiet confidence allows Holdo to stay healthy and allows her to stay relevant when not taunting. In PvP, Holdo is the primary tank for the resistance. In a full resistance squad, Holdo taunts frequently, disrupting any attempts to target someone other than herself. A particularly effective strategy is to pair Holdo with allies who can grant stealth, making it difficult to focus fire her when she is not taunting. The result makes Holdo a long-lasting disruptive tank. Holdo and other resistant units also make good use of foresight to extend their survivability. On the offensive side, Holdo's Bunker Buster special dazes all enemies, drastically slowing them down if they rely on turn meter game mechanics. I'm going to go to you first, Sir Loki. Looking at all her kit.
He's heading out.
Huh?
He has to go to a party, so.
Well, alrighty then. Screw Loki. He's a hippie. Finn, your thoughts?
So she is a good addition to a Jedi Rey team. She provides a little bit of bonus to one of the major counters against Jedi Rey, which is the Night Sister squad. She needs to put her own foresight onto the other resistance, not just any foresight. So like Rey's resistance or Rey's foresight that she kind of distributes and everything like that doesn't really gain that health recovery, right? It has to be the basic from what Holdo put. So with that, I don't think it's necessarily too OP. She provides a little bit of healing. What I need to see really though is how fast she is. She has the increased speed whenever she's not taunting. So she already has kind of a plus 50 off the bat. Yep, there was a client restart. So she gets that plus 50 speed off the bat. The question is, how fast is she with her base speed, right? We have some slow characters that like, what's the slowest character? I think it's Maul, right? I think Maul is the slowest character at like 90-something speed. And it depends what Holdo's is. And the reason I'm saying that is because if she is designed to be a counter to Night Sisters, what will happen is that if she goes first, then she will use her special ability, the Bunker Buster, in order to start doing the days. And once you get the days on the Night Sisters, then Mother Talzin's special isn't going to work. Her leader ability of Mother Talzin's and lead isn't going to work, which will shift to an Asajj Ventress lead more for those with Night Sisters. If she doesn't go before Mother Talzin, even with her increased speed, then what will happen is she will go after Mother Talzin has done her AoE, and that means that they're already lower on health. Her AI is going to do the healing probably instead, and then without that daze, Night Sisters will still be able to take her out. So it kind of depends on her stats at this point, on how well she works. I like her kit. It is a good addition to a Jedi Rey team, which is already kind of at the top of the leaderboard, so I'm surprised that it's another character in order to help bolster Jedi Rey. So in that case, I need to see her stats. It's hard for me to give her a grade yet until I see all of her stats. At this point, I'm kind of putting her at a B. She's a marquee event release, And I think actually, and this was something I had been discussing, Ouchie Dumpling initially brought it up. I didn't even realize she said it, but she pointed out that she said it first. So I'll credit Ouchie here. Holdo might be a really good addition to a Night Sister team.
Yep.
As that fifth taunter, which people are using kind of Kenobi in that spot now. But if you can get a fast Holdo who is going to be getting 50 speed whenever she doesn't have taunt, she's going to be going pretty fast, and you can then get her taunt up very quickly as well. So she might be an interesting addition to a Night Sister team as well. So she has some functionality outside of just pure resistance. I think I would give her kind of, I would say B minus right now until I see her stats in order to know for sure.
Yeah, I give her a B as well. I think she looks pretty solid. I like her kid. I like some of the stuff that she does. Pretty solid. I think she'll be really good with the JTR team. So that's my initial grade on her. What do you guys, Grim? What do you think?
I think she's gonna be a nice addition to a JTR team. Well, whether or not she'll be as good of a taunter as Old Ben or say GK remains to be seen. But I like her kit.
Yep. Sith Lord, any thoughts? And he died. Okay,
So he was doing dishes or something.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, so should we go to the next character, Finadoodle?
Yeah,
Everyone's...
and we can just one thing. Loki's pointing it out here.
I think
because he's typing in chat.
No. Listen, he went to a party, therefore he is no longer a part of the stream.
It's for his mom, so you can't be mad.
Damn it.
Okay, so the one thing he pointed out is that Holdo's taunt only comes whenever a resistance ally loses foresight. So if you put Holdo on a Night Sister team, then she's the only resistance, so she would be the one that's losing foresight. So the foresight that she puts with her basic lasts for 2 turns. So either somebody would have to attack her, or she would just have to wait 2 turns in order to start bringing up her taunt. But I think there's AoE with R2, for example, that could potentially trigger that as well. So I think there's other, with the Jedi Ray, if you're facing a Night Sister team for sure, you're going to be eating up that foresight, I think. But that is correct that the taunt only comes when the foresight is gone. So it is going to be potentially tricky with the Night Sister squad.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm noticing that I don't really like very much is she almost all of her stuff is resistance exclusive.
Yeah, both of these guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Just building up another resistance team.
She's gonna make those Jedi Rays a lot stronger.
Yes, she is. All right, next one is Rose Tico. Alignment light. Categories: resistance attacker. Finn, you want to read this one?
Yuck.
Sure. All right. So I'm not reading the description thing.
That's
the
fine.
first one is the basic courageous shot. Deal physical damage to target enemy and grant tenacity up for 2 turns to a random resistance ally who doesn't have it. 50% chance to attack again once per turn.
Okay.
Then you have her special, number 1, Dauntless Bravery. Resistance allies gain defense up for 2 turns. For each resistance ally, remove 8% turn meter from target enemy. Rose Tico gains 10% turn meter for each resistance ally and each first order enemy. This attack cannot be evaded.
Okay.
Special 2, Shock Prod Strike. Deal special damage to target enemy and inflict stun for 1 turn. When the stun expires, the target is dazed for 2 turns, which can't be evaded or resisted. And just to clarify, I think that's referring to the daze, not the stun, because it comes in that second sentence. So just to point that out there. And then her unique Valiant Spirit. Rose Tico has 10% offense for each exposed enemy. When another resistance ally scores a critical hit, Rose Tico gains 10% turn meter. I don't think we need to read the PvE and PvP stuff.
You don't have to.
Yeah, we can read her kit and figure it out for ourselves.
So she stuns, she does double tag, she does some things. I mean, she's okay. I mean, if I gave her a grade, it would kind of between a C+ and a B. What do you think, Finn?
I'm lower than that for sure.
Sure. Okay, what do you get her at?
I'm probably close to a C- or a D+ on her. Her kit is neat. I'm disappointed that Rose isn't synergizing with Finn. She synergizes with the Jedi Ray lead. Her unique, which gives a bonus for the foresight, or not the foresight, the exposes, is for each exposed enemy, not for the number of exposes that are up. Jedi Ray teams will get your exposes kind of up and down a little bit, but Finn's team will only provide 50% offense, and I don't think that's worth it when she's not providing any other source of expose. Even just minimally, if she had a chance for expose on her basic, she would fit into a Finn team, and I think she would be a much better character. So I don't think this really fits to her character in the movie, for example. She's not synergizing with Finn. She's basically built for a Jedi Ray team who, and I'm going a little bit to the lore because we want these characters to make a little bit of sense. She barely met Ray. It was like at the
But she gave a big old smacker.
And she was unconscious during the whole time that she met Ray. Like, I don't understand why she is synergizing with Ray Jedi training instead of synergizing with Finn.
But what if they introduce a new Finn and we call him Lover Finn of Rose?
That would be pretty interesting. Her kid is okay. I'm not terribly excited by it overall. I don't think that her kit is strong enough to have a place on a Jedi Ray team. If you're doing it, Jedi Ray teams tend to have the double tank anyways, and they'll probably go with Kenobi and Holdo at this point if they want another resistance. So I don't see... It's an interesting kit. I don't think it has a place anywhere, so that's why I'm kind of down to like a C-, D+. Her kit just doesn't have a fit with resistance right now, in my opinion.
Okay. What do you think, Ram?
It's a pretty decent kit from what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, it doesn't really fit in with the resistance as we know it so far. I'll have to see it in game to see how well it really truly works, you know.
Yeah, it's good, but it's okay, you know. I mean, it's, you know, nothing that makes you just go wee. Which is
she's not going to be a game changer. Let's just put it that way.
No, she's not.
I don't even see her as useful. That's the problem. If she had an expose on her basic, a 65% chance for an expose, similar to like Resistance Trooper or something like that, she would have fit onto that team, and she would have had a purpose. She would have been able to be used in territory war, even if you didn't have her 7-star, right? She could have been used on a new resistance team because you've had to move BB-8 and R2 onto the Jedi Ray team if you have her. She doesn't have a place. She's just a character that's being thrown into the game, and it's a kit. It's a kit without a team. It's possible that a new team is being built around her. I really hope not, because we do not need more light side characters. So I hope that she just remains the way that she is, and she kind of just stays as a useless character. At this point, I see her as the light side equivalent of Mob Enforcer.
Some harsh words there, my friend.
She doesn't have a team.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying those are some harsh words.
Nathaniel Morgan's asking who's better, Bodhi for Rebels or Rose for Resistance.
Well, we just throw POW in there. I mean, Lord.
It's
and we just had a client update, so I don't know if they're showing in the game, Finn. I mean, I could pull up your...
Yeah, I think I might have closed that one that came up, the initial Holdo, and yeah, I let me see if it's in here. Oh no, it's here. Okay, I have my game up. If you
there you go. Let's flip screens.
Okay, so it's essentially going to be what we're just discussing. So you see that Holdo and Rose are now in the game. They basically just give the same descriptions as we just went through, so I'm not going to bother reading it all. In addition, though, you get the notification that Wicket, Mother Talzin, Night Sister, Zombie, and Spirit are now available in the shipments. So we discussed that they're in the shipments. I'll check my well, I'm not going to refresh my shipment right now, so I'll have to wait a few hours. But you can check that.
Well, check the shipments. That might be in there.
No, because it refreshed before the update.
Oh,
so I'll have to wait until midnight. I'll open it, but it's not going to.
I refreshed my shipments, and I'm seeing Night Sister Spirit in the top left-hand corner of shipments, crystal shipments, and Wicked is in the top right-hand corner.
Well, Finn, that makes Finn happy.
Okay.
And I refreshed my guild store to see where they put Special Forces TIE Fighter, and he's where Stark used to be, and they moved Stark over one to the right. So they don't share a node, which is awesome.
Just to check, what column does your last row end on?
The bottom right hand.
The last column ends in the bottom right hand? So the last column is completely full in the guild store?
Yeah.
How many guild store spots do you have for characters? Let me ask that, because there used to be 6.
No, the guild spot, the last spot in the guild store is still open.
Wait.
How many character spots do you have in the guild store?
7.
Is it 6? Okay, so they actually added. He's a new one. There was 6, so they added 1 into that middle spot, and they shifted everything else. So he may become a permanent in that area. I'm not sure, but it appears that they added a new character slot. So there's now 7 in the guild store. Because it used to be 6. I have 6 on mine.
I put it in Skype chat.
Word.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so now there's 7 character spots for the guild store. Everything shifted over 1. So the ones that, like the Sith Assassin that people are farming, is now in the last row middle, and Stark is going to be in the first row right. And then Grimm said that the Special Forces is going to be first row middle, and we don't know where the ship is yet, right? The ship hasn't shown up.
My guess is it's probably in the exact same spot as the pilot himself.
Yeah, it's probably going to rotate there. Okay.
I'm looking. Anything, notes, updates, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Let's look.
And we do have the Kylo Ren node with both the TIE Silencer and Kylo Ren unmasked.
Word. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that spot goes. There may be a new spot in the guild store that's only the Special Forces, and it'll alternate between him and the ship. So that would be kind of cool. If it's kind of a permanent Special Forces spot, we'll have to see if it rotates with something else, though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if that's the case.
But it doesn't look like they changed the other ones. They just shifted it a little bit. So just so you're aware of that.
There you go. Okay. Any questions we want to get to, Finadoodle, or are we going to call this stream good to go?
If you guys have questions, go ahead and post them. We haven't really been collecting it, so as you guys
questions, now it's time for questions. We'll do about 10-15 minutes of questions, and then we're going to end the stream, just so everybody can get ready for the Nerf Herder stream. And I would encourage you guys all to go there. Me and Finn will probably be asleep, dead to the world, but we encourage you all to go there and check out their stream. All right, we'll be there for a little bit. I mean, that's what we do.
I'll be over there as well.
Yeah. On the stream?
I don't think I'm on tonight.
Oh, okay.
Unless they last minute go, hey, guess what?
I have to give credit here to Junior Hawk, JR Hawk, who watches our stream a lot. He's kind of trolling me a little bit. So we were talking about Rose and how I gave her a bad grade because she doesn't really have a place. So he wrote, Rose doesn't have a place. It's just thrown in, and somehow this isn't true to lore. He's right. It does fit lore. I give her a C now. So awful.
Word. I'm almost tempted to do another stream after midnight, but I digress.
So we have some questions.
Yeah, questions.
So Teals asked, will Finn stay for our Ewok fanboy? I will try. I will try. They have an Ewok fanboy for their stream today. The Extraordinary League of Extraordinary Nerf Herders, and they have a Ewok theme today. So Teals is asking if I am going to stay up for their Ewok fanboy, and my answer is I will try to stay up as long as I can.
As long as
even more
he's
so
not dropping mother effers on me like 25,000 times, because then I'm leaving.
You deserve it.
Well, everybody say goodnight to Finn. His monkey ass is done for the night. You're on another timeout, Finn. So, Grim, let's look at some of these other questions. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. She dropped the MF word about 5 times before the stream even started last time.
That's why we love her so much. And that time, Finn, although I do deserve it a lot of times, that time I did not deserve it. So you're a bad man, Finn. You're a very, very bad man.
It's just built up from previous times. She's just paying it forward.
I know. I think, you know what I think, Finn? I think you encourage her. You're like, Ranger's going to be on. I'd like you to abuse his monkey ass. And she's like, oh. The conspiracies are real. Let's see there.
We'll give it another few minutes. If you guys have questions,
now's the time, because we're going to be on all night answering questions.
Let's see what else there is. I don't know what else I have to do in game. I've done most of the things, unfortunately. I saved those events. I played my fleet arena today with the 6-star Thrawn. I was the only one with the 6-star Thrawn in my top 25 today.
Well, now that you've got a 7-star Thrawn, don't you feel less naked?
Nah. My GP is higher. I'm happy about that.
That's good. It's always good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I got enough shards to 3-star my silencer.
Nice.
Man, we have like 150 people watching us. Man, you guys are amazing. On a Thursday, we're just hanging out, dicking around, doing some fun stuff, talking about the updates. You guys are here. We love you guys.
So if you guys, do you guys have any questions? I'll ask Grim and Sith Lord, but also anyone in chat. If you guys have questions about possible synergies with Holdo and Rose and where they can fit into, we
are
kind
they
of give
in the
our
game
ideas.
now? Can you look at them unlocked, Finn?
Yeah, they unlock at 2 stars.
Okay. There they is.
And I am checking GG right now to see if they are in. I know it takes a little bit for them to get the update, so they might not be in the game yet. Yeah, I don't see them in GG yet. So when we discuss this on Wednesday, I'm sure they'll be up on GG. We'll be able to see the stats a little bit better, and actually do a full assessment of where they are. I'm probably going to level up Holdo.
She's an interesting tank, I mean, I was actually thinking of...
She's the tank with an option to
You know what I
heal,
was thinking? We talked about this the other day, is putting Kylo Ren unmasked in that Resistance JTR team.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would just be phenomenal in that. But if that's going to be the case, that she's going to be available, then, maybe I'll start investing in Holdo and just do my farms on Trooper and Kylo Ren and Mass and finish those 2 up, but then I can focus on them, because I'll do Pilot and stuff out of the Guild Store and Stark. Those are the 2 I need, so that'll be nice. I'll get this ship out of there too, so I'm sure they'll be on some kind of rotation. I'd be like, wee.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how well Holdo works.
Yeah, she's more of the interesting tune than Rose. I mean, it's like, okay, she does this and she stuns and some other things, but not. I'm more Holdo. I think they did a healing tank that does what she does. Not bad at all. Rose a little. It's like middle of the road. Idiots. Panic Farm. Kylo Ren unmasked. I'll show you the power of the dark side again.
I love Crew, man. He is awesome.
Yep, I'm working on him right now. I'm still farming the hell out of Ahsoka Tano and Old Ben, man. I mean, that Carpante at gear 9, between the 2 of them is 350 to get them both to gear 10. It's like, sweet Minerva.
So, Jedi Gunny is asking, who does Holdo replace on a Jedi training Rey team? Kenobi or Old Ben?
I would put her ahead of Old Ben.
Yeah, I'd swap her out for Old Ben. Yeah. Old Ben is really good, but of course it still remains to be seen how well she actually does in game.
Yeah. We don't know yet,
Yeah,
but I think I would replace old Ben. That kind of thing.
And with the number of resistance you have, Holdo taunts whenever a resistance ally loses foresight.
Right.
So essentially, you have 2 off-turn taunters with Kenobi and Holdo. Mm-hmm. So with Old Ben, you have the active taunt that you
and
have
the healer now, right? Because she heals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and she can heal if she puts the foresight on and it gets dispelled. Plus, she has the massive single-time heal. So I would definitely replace Old Ben, and you have 2 off-turn taunts. You have extra heals on that team as well. I think she'll just fit really well into that team. Doc Ariak said, just to comment on what we were saying earlier, Holdo also never met Rey, but her kid also fits with Jedi training Rey.
Well, I mean, it's just because the resistance from the new movie. I mean, that's why it is, guys.
It is, but it does seem a little bit silly, doesn't it?
It does, but it doesn't, because it's a game and they're all resistance, and I mean, I'm okay with that. It's not that big.
They could have done it with Finn.
Oh, just go play with your porg.
No, but you know that the Finn
I think I'll play with your porg, Finn.
The Finn lead is starting to go away because you have to get rid of BB-8. BB-8 now fits with Jedi Rey.
Because you can do. I mean, I did this team today. It wrecked. It was Finn, Poe, Pilot, Trooper, and then I threw Cassian Andor in there because he exposes it all, does all his stuff.
Right, but I'm saying if you want a full resistance, because if you put Cassian, and we've talked about this before, Cassian is a really good fit in that team.
Oh yeah,
he's just not a resistance, so he doesn't get the bonuses. He provides the exposure,
too, especially if you're we talked about this in the Territory War video. But I mean, if you could put Holdo into that, I mean, you could actually put Scavenger Rey back into the other resistance team if you're using her on offense. I mean, I used her on offense today with my JTR team and stuff, and to wipe out one of the CLS teams. So, I mean, you've got options, right? And
I was just hoping Rose had it exposed.
But
I
let's
think that
be
would have
real.
solved everything.
These should be the last, maybe other than like an Old Man Luke or General Leia from the movie, right?
Not anytime
soon. The mechanic.
We need Darkseid like a mug. Before the next Darkseid territory battles, we need some serious Darkseid Empire. February should be just evil love. We're going to call it Evil Love Month.
And I'm going to call it right now. The forums were going to be filled with posts about people being pissed that they can't fill platoons because of Rose Tico. She's already one of the most hated characters in that movie, and now they're not going to be able to fill platoons because of her, and there is going to be anger on the forums this coming week.
Jesus. All right.
It's gonna be annoying once those hit platoons. Ugh.
All right. Any more questions? Let's kind of wrap this up.
We got a question from Ollie Boba.
Oh, hey, Ollie.
Do you guys think that the Jedi training Rey meta will become even bigger than we had for CLS? Although it looks like she will just trash CLS and Night Sister teams, so we might get a very static team in the top of Arena.
I think it's kind of evening out now. I don't think Holdo's going to make that big of a difference because you're just replacing an old Ben if you're running that kind of team. I mean, people find. I mean, let's be real. Arena. I mean, there's counters to the counters to the counters, right? So you'll still see CLS be prevalent for those that have that team. You'll still see Night Sisters. You'll still see some General Kenobi and Zaris and some other teams that are lower in the rung. But you'll see Jedi Training Rey still leading the meta. But, we got to see what they do with Darkseid this month, too. I mean, I'm hoping they throw a bunch of new characters into that you can do something with. The fact that Kylo Ren is becoming unlocked and some other things. You'll see some interesting teams popping up with First Order maybe and some stuff. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity, but I still think Jedi Training Rey is going to be the predominant favorite, right, team to use. So I don't think that's going to change, but even adding a Holdo or not adding a Holdo. Until they get some more characters in the game that can even counter that. But I'd like to see some evilness come into the game so we don't have like 3 of the top 4 teams, good guys, with the Night Sisters being really the only prevalent team that is all evil that you can use, right? Because people like to play Empire, it's just, they like to be evil characters in the game, So...
And I'm still not convinced that Holdo's going to get rid of Night Sisters.
No, I don't either.
The problem with that is going to be, so Holdo, I think somebody said, I don't know for sure, that her base speed is going to be 100. So let's just assume it's going to be 100. I don't know for sure that.
Right.
Her speed is then going to be about 150 when it's
she's
basically
a tank.
when you kind of
She's
combine
going to
it.
be somewhat,
She's a tank.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's still probably going to be slower than the Night Sisters, who get plus 30 speed because of either Talzin or Ventress lead. So Ventress will remove the debuffs, right? And the only way Holdo's heal is either through her basic, which she has to apply through using her basic and randomly giving Foresight, or she has to use her special, which has a cooldown. So if you have a Ventress that goes first, she'll dispel all of your Foresights. Holdo's going to taunt. She won't get the speed, which is fine, because then Talzin will then do her Plague. Now everybody is going to be debuffed, and because everybody is debuffed, Kenobi will try to dispel with his AI, and the AI will not put Retribution because there's a debuff on everyone. And so Holdo will not be using her basic as much because she won't have Retribution, and she won't be passing around the Foresight. So her heal is going to be basically a single time heal with a, what was it, a 4 or 5 turn cooldown? Let me double check here. It was...
Yeah, 5 turn.
5 turn. So it's now a 5 turn cooldown for the heal, and it's on a single character. Plague is still going to end up being spread pretty well. She might cause a little bit of a delay for Night Sisters. I don't think she's going to be a counter to the Night Sisters. We'll see how it plays out. Obviously, her stats make a difference. But I still, until I see the stats, it's hard for me to say that Holdo will be a counter to the Night Sisters being the opposite of Jedi Ray. So,
all right.
But she's been a counter for the CLS team for a little bit now.
All right. All right. So we'll end the stream there.
I think we have one other.
All right. Last
we
question.
have one other
Last
question, and we'll end on it.
Uh-huh.
Last question, because it's from Dustin Tinyrick, who's
Okay.
always
Yeah,
in our stream. So,
yes.
so Dustin Tinyrick asks, "Do you think, since shirtless Kylo is farmable, that Snoke will be the next legendary event?"
Nope.
No.
Legendary, no. I do think Snoke may be coming though.
Yeah, not legendary.
No.
Maybe like a marquee or
Yeah, I
something
don't think
in the
he's
future.
legendary.
But we'll see when that happens, if it happens.
Word. All right. So we'll end the stream there, guys. Thank you all once again for being in the chat. Really appreciate everybody being here. No, I do not have a few hours. Come on Saturday. We'll be streaming for like 10 hours that day, Finn. I mean, my God, it's getting longer and longer between Jedi Academy and the night stream. But if you guys like what you see, spread the word. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, spread the word. We got lots of videos and stuff coming out, and we've got posted. So, help us out. It helps the channel grow, helps the community grow. If you'd like to join us in our Discord. Remember, we got the new podcast so you can download now, and you can listen to us while you're at work or wherever. You don't have to be on YouTube anymore. We got the new merchandising, as they say in Spaceballs, merchandising. We haven't got the flamethrower yet, but we're working on it. You talked to Finn about the merchandise in the store. But all thank you for being here. Now remember, the Nerf Herder stream is going to be on at 10:30, so let's support those folks over there, Team Money and good old Maurice and Darth Bob and Teals and those guys. So let's give them all the support we can, and support what they're doing. It looks like they're doing some Ewok stuff tonight, so that should be interesting. Finn will probably stay up and just be eating popcorn and smiling and hugging his Porg and Ewok, and it's just disgusting. But thank you very much for everybody being here. We appreciate all you guys. Keep up the great support. Until then, we'll see you on Saturday for the Jedi Academy of the night stream, or next Wednesday, or whenever you guys pop back in. But all the support's appreciated. You guys take care. Talk to you later.